Hey, what's going on, YouTube? Kenny here. So today we're going to go over NIO news. We're going to do the NIO thing because it's so damn popular on the internet. But you asked for it. Nah, you didn't ask for it, but I had to go through it because I'm going to reestablish my position in NIO. So obviously we have to take a look. So one of the things that I always like to look at is sentiment. You all know that. So I always look for articles that are focused on sentiment, and this one is a very good one, and it just came out. So this is a Apple Daily. It's a Hong Kong publication which talks about the sentiment of the users of NIO. Also, if you are Chinese speaker, might need your help reconciling some of the data in the back end here. I'd front load it, but it won't make sense until I get there. I'm just having some issues understanding something. So maybe we could clarify if we get at least one Chinese speaker in here. Anyways, so Waylai Automotive, which is NIO, soared 1,000% this year. We already know that. But Reborn, a group of loyal fans, has a key role. Okay, so this is Google translated, obviously, but basically they're talking about the fan base had a key role of keeping this thing alive in its darkest days. So 40% of the new cars recommended were by old customers. So, of course, Waylai's cars, or NIO's cars, have their own selling points, but when it comes to Waylai, you have to mention one of its loyal fans. Because in the dark days of the company, many of the car owners have used their own resources. You've posted money to help NIO sell advertisements. You even talk about large advertising billboards, which is insane to me, which is great. This is what you want in a sentiment, right? Sentiment for a stock, sentiment for a company. And again, if you don't ever watch any of my channel, one of the biggest kind of factors that we look at in this channel is sentiment, and we try to quantify that one way or the other through a bunch of different metrics, but usually this is kind of like the anecdotal evidence to kind of seal the deal based on kind of that stuff. The way we do it is we create a multiple that can be used against the fundamental analysis and some of the technical analysis, and we weight that score a certain way, and then we kind of define our sentiment score. And that tells us how fast the kind of stock price will match the intrinsic value, or how resilient the stock price will be above the intrinsic value, given that it's far exceeded it, etc. Basically, making the case for the EV market, the case for Tesla, the case for Tulipmania, the case for Bitcoin, you name it, right? So trying to solve that. Obviously, we haven't yet, or else I'd be a zillionaire, but, you know, we're working towards it. Wow, that was really long. Sorry, let's go on. How important are the loyal fans for NIO? Well, 48% of the new car sales were recommended by the old customers. And when the epidemic is severe in 2020, nearly 70% of the new cars introduced were by old customers. And that drops down to 40% as the epidemic eases. Sorry, I'm not reading verbatim. It's Google translated, so it's kind of wonky. Okay. So the community app, just want to talk about this really quickly. It has 1.6 million registered users and 150,000 daily active users. One of the things that's super interesting about this app, though, is not only has all these platforms on it, shopping, community, clothing, baby food, and all this other stuff, but the actual execs, Li Bin and other executives, are very active on the forum. It says Waylai itself, or NIO itself, focuses on service and uses users as its core strategy to enhance cohesion through online community and offline activities. This is stuff that we love to hear on Redcliffe, because we just love sentiment scores, because we know it's going to keep a stock moving one way or the other. So unique elite ecosystem. This is just to say, if you're not tracking like the main kind of demographic for NIO, and you probably are, because I mean, geez, you know, if you're watching a stock video on NIO, you've probably seen the end of the internet. But yeah, 50,000 yuan monthly income, which equates to about $100,000 a year. So just thinking about that. So what else? Well, if you didn't know, NIO did sell 1.3 billion worth of convertible senior notes, which is why the price kind of dropped a little bit. Good for them, getting more free cash flow from more runway. If you don't know what a senior convertible note is, it's basically a fixed income equity asset class. It's basically like a bond, like that pays dividends, but you can like swap them out. Senior meaning if the company goes bankrupt, they get primacy when it comes to dissolution of the company, money, etc., etc. Anyways, next. Yep, same article there. Okay, JP Morgan raise their price target from $50 to $75. I think that's rather huge. And yeah. Okay, this article is a little bit of a nothing burger. This is just like, hey, my boss told me to write something about NIO, but I just want to show you that there is a lot of NIO news out there in the mainstream media as well as just the regular media too. When you see, one of the things that you do want to look at is there's two types of medias that you want to think about, right? There's ecosystem media, which is like Yahoo Finance and CNBC. Those are a different category of media for us. We weight them very low or lower, right? Because they have to make articles. When you see it in like Pulse 2.0, things like this, which are outside the ecosystem. So this would be inside because it's a financial blog, but like South China Morning Post is not. So this is one of those ones you would want to pay attention to. So this gets a higher weight for Redcliffe Research. And I know I'm explaining that a lot to you, but I'm just kind of helping out my trusty, loyal subscribers understand how I look at things a little bit more in depth as we grow this community. So this article is by Motley Fool. And again, remember what we talked about. This is an ecosystem article. 3 stocks that are better than NIO. This guy just goes to talk about Hyliion, Ford, and General Motors. I'm going to do a video on General Motors. I'm pretty interested in that, though. These two, I just think they just don't have a pulse right now. They don't have any sentiment behind it at all, and they're not trying hard enough to draw any sentiment. So whether or not their revenues are good or they're exceeding performance from the top and bottom line doesn't matter because stock price is divergent of that anyways. But my point is this guy is saying that these 3 are better buys, but you know, every time we have an analyst say something, we always check to see how good the analyst is, and we have a way to do that. So Lou Whitman, here you go, 56% success rate and 12.9% average return. But I think it's very, very important that we sector benchmark him here because he's talking about NIO and then he's using GM as a comparison. So as a sector benchmark, he's doing quite bad, guys. So 4.7% with a 41% success rate. And I'm using Fisker as a thing because I don't see a thing for NIO because he doesn't have any coverage on it. But if you benchmark against Fisker, which is an EV stock as well, same sector, 4.7% negative rate. And if you're wondering what mine is, it's way better than that. I've showed it a million times. It's like 89% or something like that. Okay. Next. This is another article inside EVs. Again, this is outside the ecosystem. This is the ones I'm interested in. Some predict that the real battle is not Tesla versus the new force, but rather all EVs versus legacy automakers. Tend to agree with this. But NIO co-founder and president Chin Lee Hong denied any fear of the Model Y. Basically goes on to say that yeah, Tesla and its challengers all have their new unique features and their own loyal buyers. This is important to me, own loyal buyers, and the changes will take place in the traditional auto. The ICE or the internal combustion engines is dominant. Luxury SUVs manufacturer will face mounting pressure in this regard. Yeah, so basically that's the whole key, right? Because of the price point and everything like that, I think you start in the luxury market. You're not likely to have a cheap EV vehicle in the next probably, I don't know, 10 years probably. But yeah, with that said, again, just pointing out loyal buyers. So that whole cult, it's like what we like to see. One thing that's really interesting that, again, I think I asked in the beginning of this video was just looking at sentiment. So this should be Weilai, which is NIO in Chinese. And you can see that's fine going in, or opinion or whatever. And then, but if you compare it against NIO, like the English search term, you get like a flat line here. And, you know, here 100% search interest and it's going through like nuts. It should, I mean, especially based on what is it, 2.7 billion people in China versus 400 million in the US. It should be that. See, this is what I think. I think it's super exclusive in China. And that's what I'm guessing. But look as we look at the baseline score. Apologies. Let's get a green. So this is Weilai. It's almost no search volume relative to how Americans are searching for it, who don't even drive the car. So this is just a straight up stock price play, right? This is just stocks go up, And this is people probably are interested in the stocks and the car, but I guess it's super exclusive. So for Americans, it's dollar signs. And for people searching Waylai, it should be that. Maybe they search NIO too, so this is what I don't know. I have no clue, so I'm hoping somebody here speaks the language, can help me out. Am I searching completely wrong? I mean, this is what I'm looking at, guys. So this is just what I'm looking at. So anyways, if somebody can help me out, that'd be sweet. If not, I'll dig into it. I'll figure out a way to figure this out, I'm sure. Okay. Anyways, next. If you don't have a position, congratulations, I don't either. And I'll tell you why. And you're looking to get a position, I am too. So here's the deal. Once we ran up for NIO Day, I never hold past, I held past this one. I did because I just felt like it was just, I don't know. I was gambling. It was stupid, guys, but I gambled. Whatever. I'll let you know. I'll have you know that. I had a gut feeling about it. It was good. But when I got over 60, and I saw it struggle, I was able to get out actually at the top, which I don't know. There's just luck. There's no skill. I didn't plan it. It was just luck. Point is, I got out, and I'm not back in yet. Here's the deal. If you want to get back in, I honestly think Tuesday morning, MLK Day is Monday, so we have to celebrate that. But you should probably, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to get in at 57 for sure right away. Just get one tranche. So if you ever watch my channel, I always try to make 4 tranches, right? And so this is the way that I'm playing this. So my first one's at 57. If it should drop down to 54, I'll pick up another one. And usually I wait for a really, really good entrance point and then just pick up and load the boat. But this time around, I just don't know that it gets down there. I don't even think it gets down 48, but if it gets down to 48, I'll definitely double up. If it gets down to 40, I'm going to buy so much. It's ridiculous. I'll probably get rid of all my cash to build out this position. But that's really how I'm playing it. Price target 75 is literally what I have as well. So good on that guy for meeting me halfway, at least for my first trimming of the position. That's with the, just depends how you trade, guys. But the way I trade, I'll probably trim some at 74. And if you looked at our previous videos, we do have a higher price target than that. Our price target's about $89 for the end of the year. So, I mean, a lot of upside left, but definitely an opportunity to get in here. And I think this is a good spot right now. So just wanted to pass it on to you. Hey, thanks for watching, and we will see you again tomorrow. Take care.